welcome back to one of my cooking world from A to Z. Glad you could join me again today. Today we are in Qatar. We're cooking a dish from there called stuffed zucchini, or courgette as we call them in the UK. Apparently it's just called a Kousa, Mahshi, I believe it's pronounced. Could be wrong, but there you go. Anyway, so let's get on over here, see what ingredients we're using this week and get this dish cooking. Right, so this week's ingredients, we've got there 250 grams of a minced beef there. Now here I've got one small onion which I've actually grated up. We've got about 200 grams of rice. You can use short grain or long grain. I've gone for long grain rice. 2 cloves of garlic in the main dish. A couple of tomatoes for plugging the ends. I've got about a third of a cup of finely chopped coriander and finely chopped mint. Got about 8 whole mint leaves there to block the ends up with. Herbs and spices for the main dish here. We've got 1 teaspoonful of baharat spice, a quarter a teaspoonful of chili powder, 1 teaspoonful of cumin, and salt and pepper as well. Okay, and also we're using for this dish, I'm only using 4 zucchinis, courgettes, whatever you want to call them. Why we call them courgettes when the rest of the world calls them zucchinis, I've got no idea. Now, you're cooking it in the sauce. Now, for the sauce, I've got there about 500 mils there of a homemade chicken stock. Got 500 grams there of a tomato passata there. And also 3 minced up cloves of garlic. So that's what we're using for this one. So let's get on and start doing the first bit first, which is preparing the dish. So what we need to do first of all, we need to rinse and wash the rice here. Then we need to soak that in warm water for at least 30 minutes. So I'll be doing that in a minute. Also, we need to do is core these zucchinis, and then once they're cored, we put them in cold salt water for about 30 minutes as well. That will actually help keep them firm when we're cooking. Right, so that's the rice in warm water about 30 minutes. Leave that. Now what we do, we just need to core these courgettes. So just take the ends off of them. Just take the ends off there. Now if you've got an apple core, use an apple core. If not, use whatever you've got, just a core, and try and cut all the middle of these out. Now, hopefully I can do this. I'm going to use a knife without making too much of an error. I'm corking up. So let's start off. So I'm going to cut on with that. I don't think you want to see me spending 5 minutes trying to take the centre out of this. I'm going to get these cored off, put in a bowl of salted cold water for half hour, and then we come back and start the cooking. Apparently you can get a special machine, not a core, to do these, but I've used a long knife, so you can see right through the bottom. Yep, I'll try and get a picture of that. And it's not looking too bad actually. It does go all the way down at the bottom. Yeah, you can see the bottom there. So that's one done. A bit time consuming, but let's get on with the rest. Alright, so we're back again. So the first thing we need to do now is just put in the grated up onion there in the pan. We need to fry this off with the garlic. That's in there. Get all that fried off a little bit. Once when it's softened up, then put in the minced beef. And you fry that off. Get that as bits as small as we can. Don't want any big lumps in there. Fry this off and mix it up with the onion. Just let that fry off and brown off a little bit more. And this is going to be the stuffing for the zucchini. So then put in all your spices, salt, pepper, that stir around. Then put in your coriander and your chopped up mint. Now I just need to mix in the rice that's been sitting there in hot warm water for 30 minutes, so make sure that all gets blended in and cooked in. That's looking fine, so we just turn off the heat to that now. To one side. Now here's going to come the tricky bit. What we need to do, get one of your zucchinis, courgettes, basically stuff as much of that filling you can, turn upside down the plate, into there. Fiddly bit. Right, so I'm going to continue to doing that. And what you want to do, you want to leave about 1 centimetre at each end, and then you're going to fill that with one of your whole mint leaves and then a little bit of tomato, which I've got to cut up yet. That's about 1 centimetre there, so I'm going to put in the mint leaf there and a bit of tomato I've cut up into a little bit, and just push that in, try and get that fitted in like so. Turn it over, and then we need to do it the same this end as well. Push that down a little bit, about 1 centimetre there. Now we need to do this end. That's it, so just like that, both ends done. Put up the tomato and mint, put that to one side. Now we need to do all 4 like that, so I'm going to carry on and do the rest. Right, so they're done and put to one side. The heat oil in the pan. What we now do is fry off that 3 cloves of extra garlic. Make you fry that off for about 30 seconds, just a minute. Longer. Then put in the 1 carton there of tomato passata. Bring that to the boil. Stir in that. A little bit of the chicken stock there. Now you will have a lot more fillings because it was for about 8 to 12 courgettes, so I've got a lot more filling left over, so I'm going to put that to one side and use that for another dish. I might actually buy a marrow and do a stuffed marrow with it, which I do quite a lot throughout the year. So let's bring that to the boil. Right, that's coming to the boil nicely. And just lay in your zucchinis. Don't burn yourself. That's it. Then you just need to put the rest of the stock in. Just need to put enough in just to make sure this just slightly covered. You need a bit more water, just put a bit more in. It just needs to be about level to top. I think it's going to be enough. That should cook. Give that a bit of a stir. Now you just leave that, bring that to the boil, and then put it down to simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour till the zucchinis are all cooked through and tender. Right, it looks like, yep, they're nice and tender. So let's get those out onto a plate. We'll just put a couple on a plate. In staying nice there. A little bit of juice over the top. There we go, that's looking very nice, bit tomatoey. So let's take it over here and give it a shot. There we go, it looks nice. Turn it around, just slice it in half there. Put it in slices. It looks a little bit hot. Tomato stayed in the end on that one. Get a spoon as well. Let's just taste this tomato sauce first of all. Oh, that's nice, garlicky, tomatoey. Very nice. Let's try a bit of the stuffed zucchini there. Try and put a bit of tomato sauce on it. That's certainly looking nice. Let's give it a try. It's a little bit hot. It's a little bit hot. Yeah, the stuffing's cooked nicely, nice and swelled up there. Oh, a bit hot. You certainly taste all that coriander and that mint, and just get a slight hint of all the spices in there. So, yeah, that's come out quite nice. I'm going to enjoy that for my tea. Try another bit. Oh yeah. The zucchinis, courgettes, whatever you want to call them, are actually cooked nice and tender, perfectly cooked through. That is very nice. I'm going to enjoy that later on. So that's it for this week. A stuffed zucchini or courgette from Qatar. There we go. One dish from Qatar, done and dusted. So it tastes quite nice. So I'm going to enjoy that one. Anyway, if you like this type of thing, please do like, subscribe, give it the old thumbs up. Do appreciate that. Next week we're going to cooking a dish from the state of Russia. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a traditional Russian dish. So looking forward to that one. Anyway, look after yourselves. Be kind to one another. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Thank you.